Hi, Mark Wilson here, president of ARIIX International. And I'm here in Florida with none other than the legend, Lynn Allen-Johnson. Now, Lynn, you've had lots of awards, more awards than anybody can even imagine. You have a new book coming out, so all these exciting things going on. But one of the things I want to talk about, we were speaking a little bit last night about policies and procedures. Now, most of the time, you don't talk about policies and procedures other than everyone's required to read them. Now, I know you had an opportunity to read them because you've been in this industry for a long time. And what was your experience with policies and procedures?
Well, you know what, Mark? I read them because I know we're required to do that. But to be perfectly honest with you, as I was reading them, I wasn't quite sure what it was saying. There was a lot of legal talk, a lot of small print, and I went through it the same way I do most contracts. You know, I go through it, I did the best I could, I got to the bottom, I trusted my company, and I signed. Here it is. I never went back and read the fine print or really took a good look at it because it was something that I didn't quite comprehend at the time.
That's what happens, unfortunately, so often is, and in fact, sometimes I think there's some intention that it is so overwhelming that for most people, unless you're an attorney, unless you really understand all the legal speak, there's a lot of terms and conditions in there that once you really understand them, they're very one-sided. At ARIIX, we decided we were going to do that different, because we promised a partnership and a commitment to our associates and making sure that we really have that mutually exclusive partnership together. In any great partnership, you really need to be fair on both sides. So our policies and procedures are actually something we brag about, believe it or not. People look at me and say, Mark, what do you mean? Policies and procedures you're going to brag about? Well, absolutely, because most companies don't realize, and I'll bet you didn't in yours, that there are many companies that have little clauses in there. One that I'm particularly concerned about in the industry, and I hope that it changes everywhere in the industry, and ARIIX is going to shout this out and challenge people to step up, and that is, in there's a little term that says, within 30 days notice, we can discontinue direct selling. Now you think about that. 30 days notice after you've built your business for 8, 10, 15, 20 years. If a company decides to go retail, they have it in their policies and procedures, the actual option to change everything. Now when we saw that, I know Dr. Cooper and the other management team members, we said, well, first of all, we should take it out. And then we thought, well, that's not even good enough. Dr. Cooper said, let's not take it out. Let's put a statement in there saying, in ARIIX, we promise that we will never discontinue direct selling. That's right. We promise we will never discontinue direct selling. We hope the rest of the industry takes that challenge on and changes their policies and procedures as well. Because let's think about it. In a fairness, if I ask you to commit the next 8, 10, 15, 20 years in building a legacy for your family, shouldn't you have the peace of mind knowing that I can never just someday decide that I'm going to become a retailer and go direct and pull you out of this whole wonderful thing that you've built all these years?
Exactly. And now that I'm realizing all this, I think it's really important to get this out to others in network marketing, in all companies, to look at their policies and procedures, to make sure of what they have and the stability of what their future is. Because I believed, as many others believe, that this is ours. I didn't know that that was in there. I want everybody to look at the policies and procedures. In fact, we're going to put ours out there so people can look and do some comparisons and realize that their future might not be where they think it is.
Our challenge today is if you're with one of those companies who really is treating you fair and great, go through and read your policies and procedures. If you believe in your company that they really have your best interest in mind, read through your policies and procedures and actually understand and learn. Call and question them about why they have certain things in there. Because it should be an open book. You should be willing to talk about this. It should be a partnership.
Exactly.
And it should be fair. Yes, policies and procedures are required because we need those protections in place so that your business does maintain long term. There's rules and regulations and there's reasons for those. But to have something to be completely one-sided and control the company really isn't fair.
You know, Mark, I was shocked when I learned that I actually agreed to something like that. And I know that there's so many others in that same situation. I am so proud to be affiliated with ARIIX because I know we're going to change the way people look at the direct selling industry, at the network marketing industry. We have a partnership, a true partnership, and I feel absolutely blessed that this is the journey that I'm on. And I want to invite everybody to take a look again at their policies and procedures and make sure that you are partnered with a company of integrity and a company whose policies and procedures are a partnership and protect you.